This is a KSEE 24 News special. Coronavirus. Facts, not fear.
For many in the community, the coronavirus pandemic is impacting us daily, and this new normal comes with new stresses and anxiety. So how can we handle all of this? Here now to help us get some of the facts and tell us ways to cope that we all can benefit from, we welcome Dr. Jasmine Singh via Skype. And Dr. Singh is a resident in the UCSF Fresno Department of Psychiatry. And Dr. Singh, welcome. It's definitely hard not to start panicking when there's just so much information, 24 hours a day. If you want to watch the national news sources, we're getting all sorts of facts and figures and predictions, and it can be overwhelming for all of us. How can we cope with all of this?
Yes, so first of all, thank you for having me. It is a very difficult and extraordinary time that we're all facing globally. It is very easy to get caught up and get panicked and become anxious. It's a virus, our health is involved. So of course we're panicked and we're anxious, but there are some strategies to control those emotions and those feelings. And I think the most important one is to think about the facts and check the facts of what is actually happening. So it's being overlooked that the virus, most people are only going to have a mild course, and the vast majority of people are going to survive.
I think we are tending to forget. I did hear medical experts say that today. Remember that most of us are at low risk. I think I had forgotten that myself.
Right. We are at low risk here in Fresno, especially. In California and the U.S., it's just becoming more of an issue. It has already become a huge issue in China and Italy. But we have to think about our own health. Are we elderly and immunocompromised? Of course, that puts us in a different category, but the vast majority of the population, up to 86%, experts say, are going to have a mild course and are going to survive the coronavirus.
There are so many rumors circulating. I'm hearing home remedies, rumors of, cities being shut down, and we know to some extent that is happening in some of the real heavily impacted areas. Checking the facts, you mentioned that. Should we go online, or do you have recommendations on the best place to find out what's true and what isn't?
So I would trust the most reputable sources like the CDC, the Center for Disease Control. They can be found at cdc.gov. Of course, also the World Health Organization, the WHO. They will be another respectable source of information. But I also want to encourage people to not inundate themselves with information and media reports. That can cause a lot of anxiety and put us in a hypervigilant state, meaning we feel that there's danger out there and we can get more stressed, and that's going to really affect us.
Taking a break from social media or turning on the TV for a while.
Absolutely. Take a break, do something else, distract yourself. I know it's hard to do that, but to encourage our well-being, we have to keep a balance of how much media we're consuming.
How about for those who have mental health issues to begin with and then trying to digest all of this information? Or I think of children who may be too young to understand what's going on, but they recognize that clearly there is something unusual happening. What are your recommendations for those who really have trouble maybe dealing with this type of situation?
So keeping up with your mental health care is really important. Most medical visits are going through telemedicine now. And so you will be able to still see a doctor or see your therapist if you need to at this time. Think about medication. If you already have medication, this is not the time to stop taking medication. But if you have been kind of thinking about it and you're more stressed or more anxious, maybe this is the time to start medication. But keeping up with your appointments, with keeping open conversation with your doctor, psychiatrist, therapist is very important at this time.
So I think that it is important to reinforce that there are other options other than a face-to-face visit.
Yes.
Telemedicine, yes. I know, is really being something that's being promoted right now.
Yes, and it's expanding very rapidly as we speak.
How about relaxation techniques that you might recommend, other than just maybe tuning out from this barrage of information?
So I would recommend deep breathing. In our bodies, it's an excellent way to control the anxious response. So deep breathing, inhale for 5 seconds and exhale for 6 seconds, and do this for some time. Find ways to relax and still be active. outside for a walk, and please keep a healthy 6 feet distance from other people. We're trying to social distance, but that doesn't mean you can't go outside and get fresh air. You can do a exercise YouTube at home and stay active, and please get rest and relax and keep your immune systems healthy.
All right, very good suggestions. Dr. Jasmine Singh, a resident with the UCSF Fresno Department of Psychiatry. We appreciate your input today and all of those great suggestions. That's fantastic. Coming up, we're letting you know how to make working from home